Today.
We are dating.
Yes.
And we're going to lead like a bunch of philosophical questions pertaining to family business and how to reach into our inner soul.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
What do you
have
think?
anything to say?
Well, first we want to do the skit, and after that we want to foster discussion. So we.
No, don't.
Hi,
What's your name?
my name is Francesco.
What do you think of this skit?
It's a fantastic skit. I will enjoy it a lot. Looking forward to it.
Meeting room where managers and CEO are holding a monthly meeting on budgeting. The air is filled with anticipation as they meet a tight budget allocation for the next month. The manufacturing manager and marketing manager are insisting on investing a higher portion of the budget into their department.
And they're non-family members.
Yes.
Okay. Who are you? But who's the you are?
Molly.
Molly. So,
Teresa's daughter.
okay, you're Teresa's daughter.
Wait, what?
Who's Sam?
I'm Sam,
Okay.
manufacturing manager.
And is Anthony here yet? Okay, cool. Thanks. So you two guys are non-family business members, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Sorry.
Okay, let's hear what each department has to say because there is obviously a tight budget allocation for next month, as the finance manager has explained to us.
I would like to start off by saying that more investment in purchasing a more efficient machine for quick manufacture will really be of use to us in the future when we want to become less dependent on rental machines in the near future.
Well, I think that sales are falling. Our research department has found that exposure and awareness of our product need to be increased by 50% to increase sales back to the profitable level. This is something that needs to be addressed as soon as possible before the customers gain loyalty to competent products.
I think our sales numbers indicate that the company is doing well. It's only this month that sales have gone down as a result of inflation. Maybe we should focus on becoming independent from renting, as these machines are costly to rent. In the long run, maintenance of the machine itself is cheaper than continuously renting it. Besides, we have purchased the production plant and the land is no longer being rented. As for the budget, I'll agree to the machine purchase, but if the marketing department does some more research and it shows that marketing needs more investment, we can call another meeting to try to relocate the budget again.
I'll get back to you after survey have been sent out. The data has been collected, but I think we can manage with the allocated budget. Thanks, Teresa.
Great! I'll get right on with this and meet with the procurement team to look into different purchase options.
Good, I'll be waiting to hear from both of
Teresa
you.
arrives at home and sees her children waiting for her to join dinner. She drops her things and rushes to the dinner table. Teresa, James, and Molly. In scene 2.
I'm so glad I found you both here. There is something important I need to talk about regarding the future of our business.
What happened, Mom?
Along with our team, we have made an important decision regarding the machinery of our business. We believe that it is time to come independent from renting the machine, since when you own a machine there is an annual depreciation, and this will benefit us in the long term for both tax and accounting purposes.
I believe you have a good thing, and after listening to everyone's perspective today, I do believe the decision taken will be more beneficial.
Yes, by making this investment, we will fully own the asset. We can claim capital allowances, and we wouldn't be trying our business into long-term agreements. Not to mention that renting ends up being more costly in the long term.
So, Mom, this decision will definitely benefit us when the business is passed on to us.
Of course, my son, this decision will be more beneficial in the long term when you and your sister take over the company.
End of scene 2. 2 months later, managers and CEO are holding one of their monthly meetings analyzing the investments made within the company.
Evaluating the sales and production after the investment made to our company, we can say the production was efficient, but the research done has found that our sales have fallen by 40%.
Yes, Sam, the market is competitive. Some of our loyal customers are buying from our opponents. We have been working on the marketing strategy.
After evaluating the situation, we have decided to invest more money in our marketing strategy to recuperate our customers. The finance department along with Anthony and Sam are together assessing our budget and bring the company forward.
End of scene 3.
They already all involved, and that the family members has shares of the companies, some more, some less, but it's good. Yeah, we said maybe they can sell the smaller hotels and upgrade the bigger one, so that they continue with the bigger one, and the smaller they should sell.
Does anyone have an eraser? For the
Alex
board?
was speaking for himself or the group?
For the group.
Oh, okay.
Do you have an eraser for the board? Like I thought I might write the things.
What was it? It's good. Only
I
good
think-
to me.
Well, actually that's not a good idea.
Somebody catch it by the window again. It's me.
What's that? Oh, just to keep the wind out. You've disrupted my lesson. I need that magic eraser.
Can
Oh, thank you.
Because I want to follow.
Okay, so we're gonna just like write the ideas and
Sure.
I'll write like your idea up and just correct me if I'm like wrong.
You good?
Is it if I erase this then?
Yep.
Good thing. So you want to sell the smaller businesses, or I'll just ask you to do the idea again. So, wait, I'm losing my mind. Okay, so your proposal.
This is the lead team or this is the lead person?
No, it's the team. But they're also,
Yeah, but we're all
they're
gonna
also participating, so.
Yeah, we all like prompted like how we wanted to like go about this, and after I do like one
Okay.
question, I'll have someone else
Okay.
like write it
Sorry.
because I can only write 10 words. But what's your proposal again?
Stay in the business.
Okay, stay. Which
Smaller hotels with the less rooms.
wait, what?
Smaller
The
hotels.
smaller
Oh,
hotels.
sell the smaller hotels.
yeah.
Okay. Like extra money to make the big hotels better.
He died last year.
Did he? Already?
Dale Mount. Yeah.
Okay. Should I skip like the lead team's opinion? Guys, what's our opinion? We'll
Yeah,
put
we
it
also think that we should keep the family business.
Instead we go.
No. We think we should go public.
up. Okay.
Public.
Like the stock market. We also think that they should involve non-family members in board positions.
Like she means to say that we should keep the business.
Charming.
Sorry.
No one understood what she said.
Yeah, she needs to say, go on.
Okay.
Yeah, please translate, man. It seemed like pretty simple English to me, but be my guess.
The family should keep the business. Instead of selling the business, they should go public. You understood public?
Yeah.
Instead of, they should go public and they can raise money, and they can they should appoint agents for running the business smoothly, and the money which they have raised, the capital which they have got, should be divided between the individuals, and the individuals can start a new business if they want.
One individual.
All the brothers.
Like according to the percentages they hold, like I know Aaron. Thank you. Well, because they would have. Well, everyone. I was gonna say does anyone have like chocolate or something, but that's not the point. But I think yeah. So like everyone's given like a certain percentage. So like Aaron or whatever, like he's gonna get more capital than like his cousins who are treated as equals by like their parents. But and with that capital, they could start their own.
They can start their own business.
like the restaurants.
And the individuals as
Like the
they-
restaurants.
They can do anything they want. I'll just give an example. And as the family has a rule that the individuals, for example, one individual is
They should not compete.
compete with each other. If one individual is running a restaurant, then the other should not.
Is this the lead team that speaks the most
Well, we're going
in
we're
leading?
going to stop here. Like
Okay, sorry.
for us. But
Thank you.
that's good. Like that organizes things nicely. And, oh, Francesco and Altonai's team. What do you guys propose doing, or do you want to sell?
Well, we have actually a few points that Francesco wants to say.
Yeah.
Now, between the two options, we decided.
What Altonai was trying to say was.
What Altonai wants me to say is that between the two options of staying and selling, we would definitely stay. We were all like happy with that, mainly because there is not really an emerging conflict between the next generation. It's just necessary to understand how this division has to happen. But the business is profitable, as you said, as the other group said. And the upcoming generation seems to be interested in the family's business. So the problem, which is not a problem, it's just problematic situation, is to understand how the business has to be divided amongst the heirs. What we were thinking about is that the model of governance that had worked till that moment cannot work in the future because you cannot replicate the same situation forever. Therefore, we thought of a more rationalized procedure in the decision-making process between the heirs.
So, that's really cool. So you basically want to
We should say rationalized. Formalized procedure. Formalized procedure in the yes, but no.
But they already diverse. They diverse like in a cultural way, and main Indians and Chinese people, they already support this charity funds, and the board of the directors, yes, we are mostly 100 members, that is, founded like this. And about accumulating the finance, they already could.
That's. Oh, okay. So you wouldn't want it to go public or anything like that?
Public future well is the main question.
I like that idea. Okay.
We can switch teams then. And
Well-
join that team because you prefer their idea.
What do you guys? But I'm the lead team. I'm just like
That's
what's the
what-
word? Not biased. But so what do you guys? Sadhvi, what's your proposal?
So I think they should separate, and they should have separate businesses instead of looking forward for the family business, because there are a lot of brothers, and certainly there will be a lot of controversies in the later phase. All of them won't have the same likings or the devotion for the company, and we can't really force it on anybody. So then
What do you mean the later phase?
in the future.
So it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, and so as to maintain a stability in the relations and at home, it is always better to have separate business, and maybe they can use the profits and all of that to set up their own business, which they had from their family business. So this is the point which we thought.
That's cool because that's different from the other ones. So that gives us like.
They're all quite
something to-
different.
Yeah, but this one I feel like is the most like different because so you're proposing to sell and use.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Yeah. Okay. Fabulous. Well, we're thinking now, like, we have like some questions to ask and discuss. Do you? Oh yeah, here you are. Do you want to?
These questions are related to the readings and also to the case. So we found in the Anderson reading that they say, well, Fascio, which is an author, they say that family ownership in East Asia leads to severe conflict with other claimants and hampers firms' performance. So this means that family business in East Asia have more conflict than family business in America, for example, or in the West. So how do you think this applies to the Harirela case? Do you think that it applies or not? And if it not applies, why do you think? Like, why is the Harirela case not related to this? Like, we believe that Harirela case is working, like the way they are making business is a good way.
It's efficient. And
Yeah. So, what do you think?
Like if we changed our minds on those comments, knowing what you said.
No, I disagree that you say it's different in America. I think it's actually less family conflicts in Asia. Because
Well,
in Asia, like, you
that's
have
what
to
the
respect
article
your
said.
parents and all that.
yeah, the article was saying that in East Asia, like, there's more like conflict and
Like
like
a family business.
yeah, and as opposed to like other places, and we disagree with that based off of this case of the Kinru in this case or in other cases.
Well, in this case, they're all living in the same mansion to start with. So I don't see any conflict that is not manageable in the short term so it doesn't escalate and just go out of hand. So with that, they share like beliefs, values, their religion, their Sunday roast. So they take that also into their businesses and everybody's got their shares and they understand who has what. And so I think for that kind of belief and that kind of community they are as a family, including the wives, it helps keep it together. So maybe the article, this is one exception of that article's survey.
Yeah, we also think of that because this, we believe that this family keeps closer because of they share values.
Yeah.
This is what it's saying.
That's it?
Well, no, we
I don't think this team agreed with that.
Well, that, what do you think?
oh yeah. What do you guys think?
Do you think that family business in Asia are more?
Because their proposal is there's a possibility of conflict coming down the line, right?
Yes.
No, that's what you're suggesting. And so their proposal is to how to limit the possibility for destructive conflict, which would suggest they, in the case of Harirela, agree that there is likelihood of conflict rather than
Because in a family, there'll be certain levels where people will be managing stuff. So then I think there'll be conflicts because even the wife or anybody else, their children will come into consideration and all of them won't have the same opinion about the person, and generally I think conflicts are created because of the...
Like there are too many people.
At what
that's the
point
reason.
does conflict in family businesses, successful family businesses, like Harirela, at what point does conflict raise its head? I mean, destructive conflict, right, which is the one you're talking about, because there is conflict that you can actually design or that families build into themselves in order to keep going, because it's constructive. But we're talking about one that we're worried about. What time does that destructive conflict raise itself? In the way that you're saying there may be wives that come in, or in-laws that come in, or others that come in, etc. When does that happen?
When the family is big, everyone has its individual family. It keeps on going. That's the
What's
reason.
when the main actors they change it and when you have to choose who's going to be the new power?
When does the main actor change?
Well, he's not able to.
In this business, when will the main actor change?
When he passes
When
out.
it dies.
Yes, when he dies.
Ah.
What do you mean now?
Okay.
That's
Yes.
when our ugliness reveals itself. Okay, and you see it time and time again, that families hold themselves together, they live in the same places, they're very happy, and everything seems perfect. And then the moment comes, why does that happen?
Everybody wants to be empowered, number one. And everyone has his own opinions, his own
But what
ideas
is it
for the
that
business.
motivates people who so far have been okay and have their own opinions and have managed the consensus and have managed to keep a relative form of stability and the business profiting, to suddenly change direction? Yes, someone dies, but what is it then? What are the drivers?
Power.
I think the
Power is the means.
income levels, the shares.
Those are the explicit things that we look at to measure.
Because
So if you look at the shares are imbalanced, I agree with that.
Yeah,
but
but
at the moment they're not stinking. Yeah, no one's got...
they earn enough, in my opinion, because they run different subsidiaries and so on. But according to this case, the family is the main point. The influence of the family is really important, and to be like the head of the family to earn the power, I think is the crucial factor.
Well, so far that's how it's been run. The question is, when things change, what is the main driver? They are emotional drivers. So what happens is you have very different emotional motivations. Power is the means by which you try to get your emotions recognized, or by which you try to be
Sense of
cathartic.
accomplishment, maybe.
Yeah, they're different. And you can bet your bottom dollar that these young, they're not young, this next generation have very different motivations. They are different characters. Yes, they're in the same family, they've managed to hold it together in the same place. But at some point their characters will reveal themselves. And it is possible, I'm not saying it's likely, but I take this team's point of view, which is beware things that happen when an event like loss takes place. Loss of a figurehead who you are emotionally attached to, who you have given your power to in many ways. That loss is huge emotionally. And rationality doesn't come into it when you lose someone you love. You don't know how we play things out. The most rational brother, the most business-like brother suddenly becomes the one who becomes cranky about everything, irritable about everything, short-tempered about everything. Things drive him nuts. His wife suddenly wants a divorce, etc., etc., etc.